I would have to like get it fixed.
Car question for you, Kyle. So Jackie found a car she likes. She seems to like the Honda Passport. It's a little bigger than the CRV, and she test drove it today. She sat high. She seemed to like it. At last, it's been a journey to find one that lit her fire. Now I need to buy it, and I'd like to get it at a good price. I was thinking of just hiring one of those car buying services to check with every dealer in the state and get us the best price. Have you ever heard of them? Dealt with them? Do you have an opinion on them? Or you don't have to. Maybe you just don't know.
Like, what I always go back to is when I was selling cars. Like, we had the invoice back there. Like when we go away to do those numbers and everything, there's not a big head scratcher back there. It's all basic math. It's addition and subtraction. So they've got a slip back there that says what they paid for the vehicle plus on their end. You know, they've got those little pluses just like you'll have on your end on their invoice. So they know what they're in that car for. I would just ask for that. Like when people asked for it, we was like, yeah, all right, we'll get it for you. And it reminds me of My Cousin Vinny, if you've ever seen that, when Joe Pesci is for the first time ever doing criminal law and he doesn't understand discovery, part where the prosecutor gives you all the evidence that they've acquired against your client and says, this is what we got. He doesn't understand that because he
thought he schmoozed the other attorney and got one over on him.
Yeah. So it's the rewind me. Why am I making?
I was asking about a car buying service and if they were a good idea. Maybe you have a better one.
So some people, when like we would produce the invoice and be like, here's what we paid for it. They have that sort of air about them, like they're Joe Pesci and just talked us into providing discovery. But that's what I would do. I said, look, can I see the invoice on this car? Show me what you paid for it. And let's talk about like a fair profit for you to make. And look, I'll pay your dealer fee. Okay, that's what's that, $800 probably. Maybe more now. I don't know. But you're probably going to get stuck with that dealer fee. But I would want to see the invoice. Like, all right, what'd you pay for this thing? $39,000, and you want me to pay $49,000? Like that's not going to work. Or it's probably something like that. There's probably actually on a car like that, there's probably only like, depending on if you get a fancy one, you know, the fancier you get, the fancier trim model, the more
that's what she's wants.
The more fat there is on there to trim as the trim level goes up. But you know, it's not gonna they're gonna take $10,000 off. Probably get 5 or 6 or something like that. Best case scenario. I don't know.
When I bought the truck, I just went to Edmunds, and you could like pump in the features, and it would say this is a good price. And I literally showed them. I was like, if you do this price, I'll buy it right now. Before I leave the door, you'll have a check. I brought a check. There's a check in my pocket, and they were like, "So, if we match that price right now, you'll buy it." And I was like, "Yeah." And he went back, and they said yes. And there was a little more to it, but that was basically how it went down.
Yeah, that's fair. You could do that. I would, unless things have changed since I was doing this. I would want them to show me the invoice. If I'm buying a $50,000-$60,000 car, I'm like, hey, show me the invoice on this thing. Let's see what you paid for it. I'm all about paying you a profit on this thing. I don't want you to lose money, but let's try to keep it controlled. I don't want to get my ass chewed. Like, you know, here, let me. What is it? $1,000 profit on a $50,000 car? Is that fair? I think so.
So that doesn't include the dealer fee, I guess. $1,000.
Of course, I would be like, all right, here's your invoice. Like $1,000 off that. Lose $1,000 to sell me a car. Like that would be my starting position. Like if you're going to bend over enough to show me the invoice, I'm not going to return the favor. We're not friends. So I'm going to say, all right, take $2,500 off. All right, maybe take $1,000 off. You want us to lose $1,000 to sell you this car? No, I want you to lose $2,500. I'm being nice. You know, like what are they going to do? Make you leave? Like there's another Honda dealership 15 minutes away. Fuck them.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And I like to fight too, you know. Like whenever my relatives are buying cars, I'm like, don't give in. There's gonna be a moment where you feel like
don't give in.
You owe this guy something. His job is to make you feel like you owe him something. Like don't fuck that guy. Fuck that.
I'm the opposite. And by the way, and you're different than me in this regard because let's say you're being interviewed by a detective. I might be more clever than that detective, but he's a professional at this. So I'm not better than him at this. It's in my best interest to bring an attorney in and help me. And that's how I feel when I'm negotiating with a car salesman. You know, like I might be clever. I might even be a better negotiator, but this isn't fair. I'm at his dealership trying to buy his car. I'm a sheep negotiating with a wolf. And maybe that's why I was like, I should maybe just pay someone $500 or something to negotiate for me. And
I would be hesitant to do it, but then there's the thought that like now it's done. Like as soon as you give him the $500, you know you're getting a car and you're not getting ripped off. But I don't know. I would want that invoice, and I would look at it, and I would literally figure out how much money they're going to make off me, because if you got the invoice, you kind of got everything.
I'm stuck because you're a wolf negotiating with wolves because you've done this. I'm a sheep, and I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, you know, it's $50,000. It's nothing to you, and it's everything to them. Or 70,000. I don't know what you're buying. But
it's in the 50s.
You know what I mean? Like, you've got all the power here, you know, and it's not just that I'll walk away. It's that I won't say yes. You know, I won't say yes. I'm not going to get swept up in the moment here, just so you know. I'm not. You're not going to sell the sizzle so well on my wife's future SUV that I
right. On the Honda, we're so over the moon on a fucking Honda Passport or whatever. Like this is a very
20% interest. I'm in. Like,
extended warranty.
I was gonna give you a check, but I really want to finance because I want you to make a little extra on me. So
you know what? Can I pay more a month if I put basically nothing down? Yes, I can.
I still get approved.
Can I get approved?
Remember I said I showed him the price and there was a little bit more? That little more was this. They're like, if you finance, we'll take $1,000 off. And I was like, cool. Well, he thought he was getting the 1,000. So like, I was like, what the? No, I financed this thing. So I get another 1,000 off. That's the deal. He's like, no, that's our 1,000. I was like, well, then I just won't. Here's a check. And eventually I got the 1,000 because I had no incentive to give him 1,000. Fuck off. And then 30 days later, I paid off the loan.
Exactly.
I didn't pay any interest on that shit.
Yeah.
I just took that 1,000 and kept it.
That's the other thing. You know, you want to take advantage of. Ford Motor Company was the one I had the most experience with, but they had great stuff like that. If you were going to finance with them, and they had good rates. You know, back then it was 0 or 1. It was, you know, it was stuff like that. And if you had bad credit, even it wasn't 20 yet. You know, like if you just had like 600s.
I'm telling this story like I beat the dealer. I probably didn't. The dealer probably got some credit for selling the financing, and I beat Ford, you know, some big company in Michigan. The dealer's like, we sold a loan. Good for us.
Yeah. And again, like I've always say, like maybe that finance officer has like a bonus that's triggered by a number of loans, period. Like it doesn't matter if what happens if they pay it off within a month. You push 50 out this month. 3% on the gross. Like, you know, there's a lot of unit bonuses like that, which is why, like, if you want to get that super nitty gritty good deal, you go at like the end of the month when like a big store is trying to get their 350th unit out, 500th unit out. And it's like, when we sell 500 cars, Ford gives us $75,000, period. Like
I bet December is a slow month, that they're having trouble making numbers. And I bet they don't sell a lot of cars between Christmas and New Year's. I'll roll up the next week.
Yeah, I remember specifically losing a tremendous amount of money to sell somebody like a King Ranch F250 or 350 one time, because we just needed to push another one out the door. As the salesman, I'm like, really? He'd give us more than this. Like, I'm still not making anything. Like, it's nothing to me. Because we're losing. Once we're losing, I'm getting my flat pay on this.
Yeah.
Yes, $50 fucking. So it doesn't matter. Yes.
I didn't realize how low it could be.
You should go back to selling cars now.
People would act
story engine.
Would act like they were doing you a favor when you're making 50. And I'm like, dude, this is 3 fucking hours for $50. I don't even feel like doing your paperwork right now. You don't even fucking stamping your shit. Like, you don't even know. It's 50. I would tell them. I would tell people straight up, like, you wasted so much of my time, sir. You wasted.
I'm never selling to a white couple who walks in with the binder full of research again. I'm sending that customer to that asshole.
I was 19, 20 years old. I had no chill about it. I'd be like, I was like, I can't believe you did this to me today. This really sucks. And like, what are you talking about? I was like, you wasted my whole day. That guy sold a car. That guy sold a car. Those guys are gonna be able to take money home to their wives this week. Not me.
Not me. My wife is poor and she's dying.
Not me. I drove you around. I drove you around town in 3 different SUVs. Have a good day, though. Have a good
stops
day.
for your groceries, sir.
Or even when you sell a car, if they just like, you didn't make any money. Again, it's $50 fucking. But then sometimes you'd make like, $1,000, $2,000 per car profit. Or like for the salesman.
Do you think it would be funny if like I got in the car and you were showing it to me and I get on the highway and I start going faster and faster and I'm like, I don't know, man, nothing's going right. I'm just down the highway.
I would be like, dude, you know what? I feel it. Could you let me out before you kill yourself? Like I fully support it, but could you let me out first?
I don't want to go to heaven alone. Hold my hand.
That's when the fight begins. That's ding ding for me. It's like, all right, we're not going out on your terms. We're gonna fight it out.
We die fighting on the fucking
in this car
60 or whatever.
I had a boss that had gone on a test drive, and the dude pulled out a gun and was like, "Get the fuck out."
I'd get out.
Really?
Oh, he got the fuck out. Yeah, not like while I was working there, but like he was telling me stories of his past. He lived in Detroit and sold cars in Detroit, and talked about being taken on the test drive. Get the fuck out. And like he barely slowed down. just like got out of the moving vehicle. And then of course there was the car that got stolen while we were refueling it at the BP across the street, like a brand new $50,000 truck 20 years ago that just disappeared. It was like that. It was like a Tony Soprano rollback operation or something. They stole this running truck, brand new, that just getting fueled up to take to the customer, and like it just disappeared from the roads. It was just gone. They never recovered it. It was like it went on a rollback truck or in some sort of like A-team covered wagon shit and disappeared off the face of the earth.
The dynamic when we buy a car is kind of so. Jackie doesn't want to talk to the salesman. So, but it's her car. We lay this out. And he'll be like, hey, so what do you want? And she just looks at me. And I'll be like, yeah, we're looking for an SUV. We tried a Highlander, this, that. They didn't let her fire. She likes to sit high. What do you got? And then, he'll be like, you buying a car soon? Jackie just looks at me. I answer the questions on her behalf. I do all the talking. She keeps deferring to me on everything. And then as soon as we start the test drive, there's this one thing about a car that's very important to her. She wants to be able to, from a stop sign, turn 90 degrees, full throttle, and zip into traffic without wheel spin. This is a thing that she values. And that's why she likes sort of a V8 and if possible and all-wheel drive, because they do that. So here she is, this like timid lady over 50 who doesn't want to talk the whole time. And then as soon as the test drive starts, she puts it in sport mode and lays on the gas and rips off out of the dealership. It's kind of funny to me.
If it spins out, she's like, this is ridiculous. No.
Pretty much. What's this pussy mobile? It's got no guts.
Yeah.
So call it a wrap.
The other moms are going to call me a if I drive.
Those are like her first words. He doesn't have to even heard her voice.
Oh, that'd be gold.
Like, damn, this bitch has got like Discord language. I
don't like those ghetto ass wheels though.
Put it on 20s.
Don't you have that? Never mind. That's too funny. I had fun.